Stay in the know with Radio 2000 podcast.
I managed to get hold of Deputy Minister of Science and Technology, Nomalungelo, Gina, in the studio with me, not alone. With the minister whom I've interviewed more times than I can ever count. Minister Patricia de Lille, how are you doing, ma'ams? Are you guys well?
Fine. We're happy to be here.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure, I must just admit, to be invited to these important events. Minister, I'll start with you. Tourism in the space is so crucial.
Yes.
Very often when you and I have spoken has been about these type of places.
Yes.
Why does it matter so much to you that you invest so much time in making sure that it happens?
Well, first of all, we are grateful for the partnership between the Department of Tourism, Science, Technology and Innovation. And we have co-funded the project. But the idea behind it from the Department of Tourism is that we want to show to the rest of the world that we have got more to offer than just safaris and Table Mountain.
Lions and tigers.
Exactly. And then astronomy has got a great potential. As you will know, last year, September, we went to Carnarvon, where we also celebrated World Tourism Day. And this center here in Cape Town already attracts about 18,000 visitors a year. But we're very happy to have all the school children here because it's science and tourism coming together. And we will continue to work together with the department to make sure that we market this facility more, both domestically, get more domestic tourists to come and look at it,
yes,
but also international tourists. Yes.
Very important. Deputy Minister Gina, science and technology is at the heart of a lot of things that we do in everyday life. However, a question that I've asked many times whenever I speak to people like yourselves in your position, that the connection between us ordinary South Africans in the streets and the science and technologies never seems to be seamless. We always find it look like it belongs to other people that are doing it. How do we bring this thing closer to us, to our everyday umama no gogo at home?
I totally agree with you. Let me greet you again.
Thank you, ma'am.
That's exactly why you are here. That's exactly why you are so excited even to be with Minister Delil, the Minister of Tourism today, because we really want to prove that, as to say, science is everywhere. You cannot escape us. You talk tourism, you talk science. We cut across. That is why we also say our new mantra is this Department of Science, Technology and Innovation. We are saying we want to put science at the center of whatever we do, at the center of industry, society, education, everywhere, because that is exactly what we need our societies to understand. And we are doing that. Today we are so excited that we are here to launch this Astronomy Observatory and the center that we are launching today. And we are opening up to say, let our people know that when we talk science, we're not talking of something that is abstract, that they can't touch and feel.
It always feels that way, though.
I know.
Yes.
I know. We're saying, how can we demystify the word science where people can understand? As to say, even when we look up at the sky, the stars up there, that is science and it means something. How do we connect to that?
That's
Today
true.
we are saying this is the center where they can come and make that connection. Today, as we are going to continue, as we are celebrating, amongst us we have got school children, we have got people, ordinary people from the community, from the society. We have got story, people that are here to tell stories, even about the stars and all those people. We have got people coming from abalaphi bendabuko, izinyanga, how they can even connect and say, what is it that is there, the relationship that we have, in every way. But we are here to say, how do we close the gap that we are talking about?
That's it.
Yes.
And above it all, how can we even make a living out of that? Because there's so much that we can do. If we go to schools and say to our learners, the STEM subjects are important. Let them not only think of, once I take science, I will be a doctor. I will be, There are so many other careers of the future that are embedded in science and technology and innovation, like tourism.
Yeah.
Others wouldn't even thought of there could be a connection between the two.
Yeah.
But we are trying to open up and say there are so many opportunities that we can take when it comes to this.
Your sector, Minister, speaks so obviously to an industry. You're selling a product that you don't control. Unlike Minister of Electricity, unlike Minister of Health, you're selling a product that's not in your hands entirely.
Yes, I'm sitting here. I'm the acting minister for electricity.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
At least you are selling something.
So you can't say anything. Then I have to answer for electricity.
I will not even ask you. Don't you worry about load shedding from me today. But I'm also, again, the point I'm making is that you're selling a product that belongs in other spaces. Like
Yes.
I run my own lodge, for example, and somebody's running
Yes.
their own bed and breakfast, for example, and so forth and so forth. You're selling a product that belongs to you. However, when it comes to science and technology, most of these areas are linked directly to government.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Which is probably why your involvement is so strong.
Yes, and this is what we are here to illustrate today. How we use science and technology to also in the astronomy space. Before today, we didn't have the science and technology that could connect us directly to the telescopes in Carnarvon.
Absolutely.
The facility that we are launching today, they will be able to do it directly from here, where from the observatory here. They will be able to connect to all the telescopes in Carnarvon. Even international astrologers, they can also connect now via the internet, via technology. And that's the beauty of science, that's bringing astronomy closer to people. You know, we all see the stars and the moon every night, but the educational part of what they're doing up there and how is it connected to our life. And this partnership started a few years ago, as you know, in Carnarvon. We're also building now an information center there, and that's for educational purposes.
Absolutely.
We must leave it behind for the next generation.
Yeah.
But for me, this is another product that I can put into the basket when we are selling South Africa and we're asking people to come and visit our country.
Imagine she's hit by load shedding today. And you're just holding the fort just for a little bit.
It won't happen.
Let me touch wood.
Whilst Minister, you are still there, let me invite him to visit Carnarvon, the square.
I've been.
You have been there?
He was
Thank
there.
you.
I know things.
But there are, you know things.
I know things. I've been. And let me just say this.
Okay.
I was invited by the minister.
Oh, I was just
Yes.
about to extend that invitation. for
Yeah.
you
I'm happy
because
to come again and bring the family. How's that?
Okay, that will be good.
Yeah, I'm happy to come
That
again.
will
Yeah.
be good.
You know what followed from the 27th of September last year in Carnarvon?
Yeah.
You've seen their big need for accommodation in the area.
Absolutely. We
People
were
had-
accommodated so far away
Exactly.
from the venue.
And so we are now working together, and we've got a developmental plan for the whole district.
There you go.
How do we use the SKA and all the biggest telescope in the world as a catalyst to develop the whole area?
Yeah.
So that master plan is completed, has been approved by cabinet, and the president sent us back and say he want to see how we're going to implement. And I had to go back to cabinet and show the first phase, what we are doing. This is the funding that science and technology is putting in. This is what tourism is putting in. So we are really focusing now on implementing that master plan in that Carnarvon area. People are very poor there. The unemployment is high. But you've even seen how some of the sports people, Oosthuizen, one of our main golfers, international golfers, is supporting a golf course in the desert. You know, when you tee off, you have to
You
put your
couldn't
tee
put- yes.
into some tar.
Oh.
And when I hit the first ball, you just dust and you don't know where your ball goes.
Oh, no.
So we bring everybody together. The hospitality sector, we've told them now, There are opportunities for guest houses, for restaurants, for hotels in the area. So that when more people go and visit, at least I invited all of you deliberately so that you can see the need accommodation for guest house in that area.
Amazing. Minister Gina, as we conclude, your space of science and technology, you and I have already spoken, it's so involved in everyday people. It changes everyday lives. However, getting the information down to the young ones that are here today, where their ambitions is not only to be a lawyer or a nurse, but also to do a lot more. So we take our country forward in all sorts of ways.
Yes.
What efforts are in place in that regard?
We've got quite a lot. We've got a lot of outreach programs that we're having. We are working very good programs and MOUs that we have with the Department of Basic Education, as to say, how do we build the pipeline starting from the very initial stages with our young ones up to the PhD level, because that is where we must make sure that we bring and we build that pipeline up to that level. So that MOU, that partnership that we have with basic education, higher education, then with all other departments as we are here, really, we pride ourselves well with that, as to say, even with the outreach programs, because we are saying it's not only the schools, but even the community at large. How to even go all out and say, how do they connect with the environment, nature conservation. There's so much that we discuss even with the communities, so that they develop this love of how do they interact with the universe and the environment per se. So
thank you so much. I don't have all the time in the world, unfortunately, because the commissioner of the police is making the news. I have to rush to the news quickly.
If you missed it, catch the rewind on radio2000.co.za.